Good morning, Coloritaville. I'm so glad to have it finally be Saturday and our wonderful color along with Fabrica Fantasy. Hopefully there's lots of you there to join us. We've not got anybody yet, so I'm just sitting here chatting to myself, which is all fine. I have Deb with us as well, so she's going to be going through and watching chat for me because y'all know that I can't color and chat at the same time. I have posted the link in the chat for this page and this book by Fabrica Fantasy. It's called Ancient Sagas. And at the very bottom of the page, for the one person that's here, at the very, very bottom of this page that I've posted in the chat is this page, which is a freebie right now. So if you want to color this page with us and don't want to buy the book quite yet, just scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and this page is a freebie right now. And you can print it off and color along. I've got the colors that we're using. We're going to use Castle Arts pencils today. Hopefully everybody has some Castle Arts pencils. I have very old ones, so I do not know the names that go with those colors. I do have the numbers, but not the names. So I've posted the numbers for the fox for today. And we'll go beyond the fox, but right now we're going to concentrate on the fox. So how are you today, Deb?
Oh, good.
Been busy?
Yeah, been running around.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Yeah, just, I don't know, chasing my own self around today.
Oh, you're chasing your tail. My dog does that.
Yeah.
Hi, Janice. Well, yeah, give it a shot. You know, hopefully it'll work for you. Hi, Madison.
Madison.
So, Madison, if you just came in, I will say again, I'll post it one more time here for y'all, just so that we can be sure that people are seeing it as they come in. That is the link. Yes. Thank you, Janice. I'm so glad you're usually here. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have an audience. That link does go to the Fabrica Fantasy site for Ancient Sagas. This is the book that we're going to color in today. At the very bottom of this page, if you don't want to purchase the book, at the very bottom of the page is this picture, which is a freebie right now. It will not be there long as a freebie. So if you want to print this off and color it with me, by all means do so. I only have the old Castle Arts that only have the number on them. I don't have any names on mine. So I can post the numbers that we're going to use, which I have on the feed there, but I can't post the names of them. So you know, if you want to match colors and don't have Castle Arts, I'm sorry, I can't give you the names. Hi, Patty. Thank you so much for joining us.
I was just going to say that too.
wait until I stop yammering. So we're just going to give.
Can you show us the brown that you're using trying to match?
Actually, I'll show you on the color chart so that you can see what color it is.
That would be good.
Okay, so the number 2 pencil is this color. I'm going to turn this light off because it's killing you. So it's this color. It's a medium pale yellow. It's not a dark yellow. It's just a really pale yellow. We're going to use that for highlight whiskers and hairs. The next one is number 13, which is a reddy orangey brown. So it's a brownish orange color. And then 16, which is a darkish, medium orange color, like it usually it comes up as orange
Okay.
or medium orange. And then 26 is a almost a terracotta color.
Okay.
And then we've got 71 and 72 are white and black.
Okay.
And 78 is almost a honey color.
Oh, pretty. Honey color. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more orange in it than yellow, but it's in between yellow and orange.
Okay.
Hi, Darcy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Darcy.
Okay. But as you all know, I did some reviews on the Fabrica Fantasy, the Ancient Sagas book, as well as the Four Magics book, and both have some absolutely fantastic artwork in it, and I just love her artwork. So, and right now she has a contest going that if she sells for her 3rd anniversary, she's been publishing for 3 years now, and for her 3rd anniversary, if she sells 200 copies of this book or the other book, she is giving away to everybody that purchases this book or the other book. She's giving everybody PDFs to all of her books. So that's 12 books if you purchase one and she reaches the 200 mark.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really crossing my fingers that, everybody that I've told about this book gets out there and purchases it. Also, if you do purchase this book or the other book, she will send you an email asking you what second book you would like, and she is going to send that second book to you free.
Geez, I just bought some from her, dang it.
When did you buy them?
Just after you showed them to me.
Okay, so if she hits the 200 mark, you will receive the extra books as well.
Because I bought the PDFs. Is that?
Yep. Yeah, that's all she sells. Well, she sells the books themselves, but she's going on either PDF or book.
Okay, so, cool.
Yeah, she said, because I asked her that. I said, what if they were purchased after I did the reviews for you? And she said, no, anybody that has purchased any of these books get the benefit of it if she hits 200. So
cool.
So hopefully we have enough people that have enjoyed it that go out and actually buy it, because I would love to have all her books.
Oh, it's beautiful artwork.
Oh, yeah. So today what we're going to color, for anybody that's new that has just come in the stream, we're going to color this picture out of Ancient Sagas by Fabrica Fantasy. We're going to use Castle Arts. I have the old Castle Arts, so the numbers for the Castle Art pencils that we're going to use are up on the screen. And we're going to start with the fox, because I've had a request to color some fur, and I'm not really good at it, so I apologize.
Well, you're better than I am. You have to be.
I will do my best. I've only colored for a couple of times, and I have hated it every single time. So, so I apologize. And if it looks terrible, please don't copy me. And don't tell anyone where you learned it.
Maybe I'll wait and watch this and do it. Not color till I watch it a second time.
And go back and watch somebody else's video that actually knows what they're doing.
Oh, that's so funny. I trust you.
That was your first mistake. No.
My first mistake was giving my cat's water away.
Yes. See, and then you would have just had all the colors, already numbered
I
and ready
know,
to
but
go. And
somebody at work needed pencils, and so I shared.
well, it's always good to share. So the first one we're going to use is number 78, which, as I told you before, is this almost honey brown color. It's more into the orange than the honey. So it's not as brown as this one. And we're going to use that as a base layer. Actually, the first one we're going to use is white because I forgot. So what we're going to do with the white, and I'm going to switch you over to the other camera so you can see better. So what we're going to do with the white is we're just going to put areas, and we're going to press fairly hard just so that the white shows through when we go over it with a different color. Just in areas that we're going to have the white fur, because we all know that foxes aren't always just one color.
Right.
And different little areas that we know that there's going to be a little bit of a highlight, like here on his nose. Okay. Hopefully I've put down enough. I can never see the white, so.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I have no idea what I just did. Can't see it.
So then we're going to take the honey color, and we're just going to lightly go over the entire fox. Even over your white, it will show up as a light color. We're not going to go over that white with a darker color though. And this does not have to be a tight shade. It's just putting the color down as a base. So it's basically the same way you do hair from what I have seen and the way I do it. I do it the same way I do hair. I put down the base color and the lighter color. Now, if this was a grayscale, a heavy grayscale, which it's not, it's got some definitions, but it doesn't have a grayscale effect to it, I would put down the darker colors first, because if you put down the light colors over top of the grayscale, you lose the grayscale. So then you don't know where your grayscale is. And as you can see, I went over the white areas and they're a lot lighter than the rest of it. And of course, we will go over it again with the white once we get the heavier dark colors on, because it will show up better then.
Okay.
Like I said, this is just the way I do it. I cannot say that I am correct. All I can say is this is the way I do it. And I haven't colored a lot of fur, so if I'm wrong, oops.
Did you do the back ear too?
Yeah, I did the back of his ear here and here.
Okay. Back of his ear. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm taking number 13, which is that medium to dark orange. So this one is number 13. And I'm just going to go over the areas that have dark coloring. like the tip of the ear here, around his eyes. Now, with fur, I have learned that you can't scrub it, so you can't do little circles, so it's straight little lines in the direction that the fur is going. So for example, right here, you can see the direction that fur is going. So if you just little lines in the direction the fur is going, because this is a short-haired animal. So, and of course you could color the whole thing in and do the detail after, and we will add further detail after. This is just making it a little bit darker in those areas, so when we go over it with the lighter orange, that we will be able to see them better to add that detail later. Absolutely. Just give me a second.
Hi, Deb.
So that is the link to this book, the Ancient Sagas book. At the very bottom of that page, if you haven't already purchased the Ancient Sagas book and you just want to color along with us today, this page itself is currently the freebie for this book. That will not last long. So if you want this page, download it and print it off. And as I was saying before, for the people that are new to the stream and didn't hear me before, Fabrica Fantasy is having a huge 3rd anniversary contest deal thing, that if she sells 200 of her books, of this book or the Four Magics book, which is her card book, and those don't come in card size, they are full page size, she will give everybody that purchases these books all of her books in PDF format. So hopefully she hits the 200 mark. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Janice. Oh, sorry, Janice, you're always here. I've already said hi to you.
Is there 2 Janices?
No. Hi, Dan. Hi, Mousy. So good. So glad you got here.
Yay.
You're not the only one that doesn't have the Castle Arts either. She messaged me earlier and said, I don't have Castle Arts.
Me neither, Deb.
Deb gave hers away.
I know, I did. They help a new colorist get started. What can I say?
And that's the sweetest thing about you. You're always enabling somebody.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Don't worry, I do it too. I had 2 sets. I had 2 sets of the fruit. Yeah, I had a teacher.
Good teachers. You did too, Deb.
I had 2 sets of the Brute Funers, and I had a set of another lower end brand that I didn't ever use. And yeah, I gave them away too. And now she's almost as bad as me.
There, see? Yep.
Oh, it was a set of the Star Joys. That's right. I had 2 sets of the Star Joys, and I gave them away. And I loved my Star Joys. They're a great pencil, budget level pencil. I gave them away. And of course, Nightbot is constantly going to spam y'all and tell you that we are fantastic and we would love your support. And if you want to give us some support and by giving us a monetized donation, those donations do go to assisting with the channel and making sure that we're able to give you the content that you want, as well as some contests and prizes. So, of course, if you do want to give us a monetized donation, just click the link and it will ask you a couple of questions on what you want to donate.
Is that still the same color?
No, this is number 16. Sorry, I switched colors on you and didn't even tell you. So it's this one, which is a reddy orange color. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And again, we're just going to go over pretty much the entire page except for around his ear. So anything on the outside of the black lines, we're going to do the back of the ear, but not the front of the ears.
Oh.
And leave in front of this little area here because that's where we did that white. And we don't want that any darker than it already is. And of course, go in the direction of the fur to give it that fur effect. So up here, the fur changes direction. So where there's directional fur, try to follow that direction. And it will look a little bit messy to start with, but as we get the layers on, it should smooth out where it actually shows like it's going in the right directions. I hope. That's what it's supposed to do.
Okay, because mine's looking really bad.
That's what it's supposed to do anyway.
Right.
Now, I am doing this all on stream with you, so you can see that I'm not cheating in any way. If mine is, I'm doing exactly what I said I'm doing. Disclaimer alert. I am not responsible for what your hands do.
Exactly, right? I'm not even responsible for what my hands do.
All I'm responsible for is what my hands are doing. If you're seeing more than my hands are showing, then I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I've kept them on the counter. I have. All right, now we're going to take number, move a pencil somewhere. Yeah. Number 78, which is that honey brown again. And we're just going to go over top of this again, but we're going to press a little bit harder. And fill in those lines a little bit more.
Hello, Sydney.
Hi, Sydney. I'm doing good, thank you. Glad you can make it. And I think I'm not sure if I want that a little bit oranger. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is it too light?
Yeah.
So I think I might have to pull out a different orange just to give it a little bit more of an orange color. I didn't want to go too dark with it to start with, because if you go too dark, yeah, there's beyond
Yeah.
beyond erasing it, there's really no way to go back. Actually, I think if we go over it with that other base color that I put down, the medium orange, a little bit darker, it might be okay. Actually, it doesn't look too bad on my end. It looks a little yellow maybe. So I think I'm going to grab this one. What's this one? Number 17. Yeah, number 17, which is more into the orange. What do you think? Or should I go more red?
Mm.
What do you guys think? Should I go orange or should I go more red? Because we've got number 16 down already. We can go 15 or 14.
Mm.
So what do you guys think? Should I go more orange or more red?
Red.
Okay, so number 14, or should I go deeper red? Like maybe a number, do I have number 26 there? Actually, let's go over a little area with number 26 and see what that does. Let's do up here on the ears. Oh, is that too brown?
No, I don't think so. But I don't think I have that color. Uh-oh. Red alert.
Number 26 is, let's see, it's this browny, almost terracotta color.
Mm. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you, Janice. I'm glad that it looks good. Now I'm just going in little tiny strokes back and like forward, because this is where the hair is going to start showing at this point because of the underlays. So anything that we do at this point is going to show hair, because the underlay is going to show through. And if we don't do little lines at this point, it's just going to look like little swirls over top of the lighter color. And we want the lighter color to show through, giving us that hair effect. The highlights of the hair, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I have found that I have to let my OCD go when I'm doing hair.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, and well, when I'm doing fur, because if I don't, I end up going over it and over it and over it until it's completely blended together. And of course, then you have no definition. And that was learned, yes, as trial and error.
Yeah.
So does that look red enough, or should I go redder?
I think that's pretty good.
Because we do have, um, number 13, which is what we did this area with. So I'm just going to go over this area where it's a little bit darker and bring that color back up. That's the one thing about doing fur that I found is you're constantly putting color down, bringing color back up, putting color down, bringing color back up, because you want that variation in the hair colors. Hi, Karen. Thank you. I love this image too. I adore all of her work. She is such a fantastic artist. And I hope we have some people here from the Fabrica Fantasy group. I did post that I was going to do a color along using her images today in their group as well. So I hope we got some people here from that group too, because I have seen your guys' art with these images, and oh my goodness, you guys just do phenomenal things with it. I almost don't want to post my stuff with you. Yeah, if you haven't been over to her Facebook page, I don't know the exact address and I can't post it right now, but I will post it in the comments. And take a look at some of the artwork that the colorists have been doing on her page. Is, oh my goodness, just so beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going back over these areas here again in the direction of the fur, of course, with that darker color of 26 again. And it's just a matter of going in, putting those in, going over it with the lighter color, and then making them stand out again. It's getting the variations of color so that it looks like fur, basically. So it's not looking like it's all just one color, because as you all know, animals' fur is so many different colors. I think if you ever find an animal with only one color of fur, be wary on whether or not it's a real animal.
Something wrong.
You might have a robot there that wasn't done very well. Okay. So I think that might almost do it for. And now, of course, with fur, you don't ever, well, I can't say don't ever, because sometimes you do go through and now that color that I'm using right now is number 2, which is that really creamy yellow, light cream yellow. And I'm just blending the edge into that white that we put down. But that's the only blending that we're going to be doing is with a lighter color and just on the edges of areas that we want to be lighter. And you're not in camera anymore, sorry guys. Because we don't want to blend all of that texture out that we just put in. So don't take your blender pencil to it. Just use a lighter color on the areas that you want highlights to be. And where edges look a little bit harsh, just take that lighter color and use it to blend those harsher edges, not your blender pencil. And when you blend those harsher edges, do the same thing. Go in the direction of the fur over top of the harsh area, and it will blend into the other ones. If you use your blender pencil, of course, you're just going to end up with one color because it will blend all those colors together into one color. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. Totally.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that made sense because after I said it, I went, does that make sense? So now we're going to do his little nose here. And of course, we're going to leave that highlight area as a highlight area. So just going to go over his little nose just a little bit with the black. And of course, down his lip. Now make sure your pencil is very sharp at this point because you are going to be following a line, and if you don't follow that line, you're going to end up with a fat lip. And you don't want a fat lip.
Nope.
If you have a fat lipped fox, then your pencil was not sharp enough. And of course, we're going to go around his eye here, and we're going to bring the black down just to extend his eye area there. Same with over here where the black is. We're just going to highlight that black a little bit of fur. Same with his ear. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just putting the detail back in that the artist had already put into the picture without getting rid of the color that I already have. Because she put that detail in to give us, color us, some information on what direction that fur should be going. And that is our fox. Exactly, Karen. Yeah. A rotating clipboard. That should be fun. I had one, and it wobbles because I color on a flat surface. So when you turn it, it seems to wobble. And I don't like that. So hopefully he looks like a fox. What do y'all think? Does he need a little bit more red, or should I leave it be and not fuss with it?
He looks like a fox. Mine doesn't look like a fox.
Okay, so how can mine look like a fox and yours not look like a fox?
Because I did something wrong.
What did you do wrong?
Oh.
So I'm just taking that white and putting that highlight back in that we had to start with, and blending in that white patch on his face. There we go.
Nice.
And that is our little foxy guy. Yeah, I can't remember what she had labeled it. I think it was something, I think it was the Fox Princess or Fox Lady or something like that. Because in her picture, she has the lady's hair all done in the same color. It might be Fox Warrior or something like that.
Hmm.
Okay, so we've done the fox. So I'm going to take down the fox colors. Unless you all needed it still. If you still need the fox colors, let me know and I will put them back up. Now we're going to go into the little birds. And I think I want to color them as little bluebirds. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I need some blues and a blue-green and a white. Okay, so got a series of blues here. So I'm just going to take a look at what colors they are for you. 46 and 48. So a robin egg blue color and a true blue color. And 45, which is an indigo color. And number 106, which is a seafoam green color. I know that's an odd color, but I'll show you. And of course, we're going to use white as well. But I've got to sharpen these because they're dull. Because they're dull. And just for information, next Saturday's color along is going to be a very special color along. We're actually going to not be picking a picture, and we're going to color something, but we're going to have a guest, and she is going to sit here and talk to us and teach us a few things about a product that is absolutely wonderful. So I hope you can all join us for that. I'm going to leave it a surprise. I'm going to actually be posting it on Monday. So it'll be a surprise till Monday. But I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek into it that there is going to be a special guest next week. And we're going to be sitting and chatting with the owner of and the original artist of Color Pocket.
Yay.
So, shh, it's a secret. So that's what we're going to be doing next weekend. So I really, really hope you all of you can join us. She is a fantastic lady. And then the Saturday after, because she has a couple of discount that she wants to give people of Coloritaville to give you a chance to look at her pocket and things like that and maybe purchase one. The next Saturday, I'm going to have her back and she's going to color with us.
Cool.
So that is really cool that she agreed to do that.
She really is a really nice lady.
She is a doll. So what I've done is I've just taken the indigo blue color and I'm just going through the dark areas that the artist has given us on these birds. So down here on the tail where it's dark, up here on the wings where it's dark. And I'm just giving that dark area a blue tint so that when we go over it with the lighter blue, we're not going to lose definition. And I'll do the same thing up here with this bird. I'm just going to go over the dark areas with that indigo blue. Now, I'm not really good with feathers, and that's why I'm really happy that these birds are small. I did one eagle when I first started coloring for Coloring Book Cafe was the group that I was in. And it was the first time I had ever colored anything with feathers, anything at all. And it actually won a prize.
Wow.
Yeah, I was quite shocked.
Cool.
I was quite surprised. Okay, so I've just given them some blue on their definition areas. And I'm going to take this dark 46. Number 46 was the true blue color. So it's a bright blue. And I'm just going to bring that indigo down into the wings with this brighter blue and just connect them. Same with down here in the tail and up here around the head. And I don't have any of this planned out, so if you see that I'm using a color that is so badly contrast, just holler at me, because like I said, I don't have any of it planned out. If it turns out, it turns out. I planned out the picture and I had it all in my brain, and then I thought, we have used so many higher end, and this one here is number 48, which is the robin egg blue color. We have used so many of the higher end brands doing our color alongs that we haven't been giving enough love to our less expensive pencils. And I wanted to show you that the same thing can be done with a budget-friendly pencil as with a Faber-Castell pencil or a Prismacolor pencil, all of which are absolutely wonderful pencils, and I absolutely adore my Fabers. But not everybody can afford Fabers, which is understandable. If my husband hadn't bought them for me for Christmas, I probably wouldn't have them myself. Well, that's not true. I probably would have bought them by now, but he beat me to it, thank goodness. So now what we're going to do on this little bird is we're going to take our white and we're going to bring a little bit of that blue in. We're just going to put down a layer of white first so that the next blue that we put down is going to be very muted. Hopefully I just didn't write a line across the page. And this one is number 101, which is this one. And we're just going to lightly come down from the blue wings and breast into that white. And we're just doing it in little curved motions to give it that feathery effect. So this area, you don't want to be doing straight lines. Little curves like little J's works really well. But you don't want to go straight up and down with it. And then, of course, we're going to do the same thing with this seafoam green color as well. Just to give it that little bit of shadowy blue-green color. Because we are looking at the underneath of the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you guys can see that very well.
Yes, beautiful.
Let's see if I can get a better picture on this other camera. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Not getting any better picture on that other camera. So we're just going to leave it on there. Now we're going to take one of the oranges that we used for the fox, and we're just going to give the bird's beak a little bit of an orange. So any orange that you like, just give a bit of a beak. Yeah, it should be really exciting. So I'm excited. I can't wait. And of course, once again, we're not going to go over this with a blender because we want that definition. We want that look of different colors coming together. If you blend it with something other than one of the colors that is present, you're going to end up with one color. Now I'm going to take the indigo blue, which is that dark blue that we used to start with, and I'm just going to darken up those areas of his wing again that we already went over with this color, because as you know, if you put a light over a dark, the dark gets consumed. And sometimes it's a good thing. It all depends upon the effect that you want. And the effect I want is the shadows of those feathers. So I want that dark to be prominent. Just like that. So hopefully that made sense.
Yes.
If it didn't, I'm sorry. So we're going to...
Nothing more I can do for you.
Pretty much. So
Right.
I'm going to go with that true blue color, and I'm going to go over the wings of this second bird here. And I'm just going to bring it up the back and the tail and into the wing itself. And then I'm going to take the light blue color, and I'm going to start in the wing. I'm not going to start at the end where I finished with that color. I'm going to start in the wing and bring it down in a little J pattern down the breast and up from the tail. Now we're going to take our white and we're just going to bring that down a little bit because we want the belly to look like it's lighter. Now we're going to take this one, which is number 101, which is a blue, almost a blue-green. It's just before you get to the blue-green. And we're just going to bring that in into the belly. And then we're going to take our bluey green color. It's like a seafoam green. And we're going to go a little bit harder here. And we're going to actually follow this outline a bit, just in a straight line, just to give it that shadow, because you want it to be a little bit darker. And then, of course, we're going to go back to our indigo, darken up the areas that we want to dark in the first place. Now, of course, you could do the indigo after, but believe it or not, adding these colors on top of it softens that indigo enough underneath that it gives it a different effect. If you just put these colors down and then go over it with the indigo, you won't get the same effect. And that is one thing I have found by doing color alongs with my mother, because she will put down a color and then put down another color and put down another color and put down another color. And she always says, start with your light, start with your light. Don't put down your darks yet. And I always put down my darks first. And she's always, don't do that. And I like the effect it gives. You know, her stuff is absolutely gorgeous, and I will never ever say that she does not know how to color, because yeah, I can't even dream of being that good. But it takes her an hour to color that bird.
Oh.
Because she will do layer and layer and layer and layer and layer and layer and layer. And I just don't have that kind of patience. So I'm going into the bird's eye here with the black and just making sure that you can see that it's the bird's eye, not, you know. Same with his little feet. Make sure that they look like little feet, not part of his feathers. Okay, and there's our blue birds. Now, what else should we color today?
There's another bird behind her head.
Oh, there is, isn't there? Well, then, I guess we have one more bird to go. Thank you, Deb. I didn't see him there. Poor guy, I didn't even see him there. And I know it's Saturday and everybody's probably got stuff that they need to be getting done, but I don't want to be here too much longer with y'all. Not because I don't want to be here with y'all, it's because I don't want you having to sit here with me all day. Now, of course, what I'm doing is I've got the indigo blue, and I'm just going over the areas that the artist has given us. And then we're going to take the true blue color. We're going to go down those areas again with the true blue. Yeah, I used to, when my mom would color, and she would tell me that, you know, one little tiny square area had so many different colors in it, and I'd sit there going, how? And now I do it, so it's like, okay, now I understand. So use that true blue on the wings, into the back and the head. Yeah, I could never figure out how she could get so many different colors into one spot.
All right.
Now we're using that robin egg blue color And we're just filling in any white spot that we have from that true blue, brightening that up a little bit, going down into the breast. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I like layering, sometimes I just want a color and I want the color to be instant. And I know it can't be, but well, it can if I really want to mash the heck out of my pencils. Now, of course, we're doing the white, bringing that into the breast area here and blending that, softening that edge from the light blue a bit. And getting the closest to the light blue, but into the sea green areas, which is number 101 on my pencils. Can be different on your guys's. It's not quite green blue or green, but it's not quite blue. It's not quite seafoam. And of course, my pencils don't have a color name on it, so I can't tell you exactly what color it is. Now I've got the seafoam green color here, and I'm just doing little tiny J's across that white and that lighter blue. And I'm lifting my hand a little bit more the further down I get into the breast. So it's not really hard and you're not getting a huge amount of color, but you're getting enough to show the highlight there. Now I'm going to take that indigo blue again. I'm just going to put the definition back into the wings. And of course his little face here. Okay, and then we're going to fill in any white spot we have with the lightest blue we have. So if you see any light white spot areas that you don't like being there, just gently, very, 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 very gently, go over it with the lightest color you have. If you don't want to add more blue, if you feel that your level of blue is enough in your bird, then use white, but don't press really hard. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing your definitions. And just go through and, because these are a little bit larger than the smaller birds, you're going to end up seeing a little bit of the white spot. And if you don't want that white spot showing there, go over it and fill it in with the lighter blue. If you want a little bit darker in that area, of course, use your true blue. So because I don't want the tips of this, no thank you. My husband, he slipped me a note asking me if I wanted more coffee.
Oh,
He's so sweet. Okay, so there's a couple of areas where I wanted that blue to extend a little bit more in a darker blue, not the light blue. So of course I went over those with the light blue. Now I want to add a little bit more of this green. And I do this a lot with my pictures. I will add a color and then see that it's overtaken a color that I wanted there and just re-add that color. Sometimes it takes me a while to get the exact thing that I want. Sometimes I don't get the exact thing I want and I leave it anyway because I'm done.
Yep. I don't
Yep, that's it. There is nothing further that I can do with this to fix it. So I'm just going to leave it. Now I'm going to take the lightest orange I have out and do the first layer on that beak. And then I'm going to take the darkest orange I have. And you can do this with yellows as well. And I'm just going to give that beak a little bit of definition. And of course, we're going to take our black and make his eyes stand out. And we will take a white gel pen and give his eye a little color as well. A little highlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done the fox and the birds. Do you guys want to continue on or do you want to call it a day? It's been over an hour. Of course, I can do this all day, so yeah. How you guys feel about it, I don't know. So far, that's what we have. I'm going to switch over to the other camera so you can see the whole picture.
Looking good.
So that's what we have so far. And now I did avoid coloring her because I've gone over hair and skin tones, but we can definitely do that if you'd like, or move on
Yeah.
to the branch or the background. The background's a little bit touchier because it's a lot of green.
Mhm. Yep.
So what do you guys want to do? It's up to y'all. All 7 of you.
All 7 of us. Yes.
Please don't speak all at once.
Right.
Yeah, I can definitely do the medicine stick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for the stick, we're going to want browns. So we're going to use number 77. I'm going to switch you over so you can see that better. Number 77. Now, I could probably turn, no, I don't want, I have it in a page protector so the light reflects off of it really bad. So here, I'll move out of the way of the light behind me. So we're going to use number 77. We're going to use number 115 and number 114. So let me grab those 2 pencils. I've already got 77 out. There's 114 and 115. And then we will probably use this one and this one just to add definition and tone. So the ones that I've pulled are number 67, which are on the back side of this page. So that is a warm gray, a light warm gray. And this one here might shock you a little bit. Number 64, which is a green gray, but that's not showing you the right color. It's not showing you the green tone in it, but it is a green gray.
Uh-oh.
Some let's see what pencils are you using, Deb?
Akiza,
Arteza?
70,
Okay, so
72 cents.
Arteza.
What, I'm not sure how that is. I should find out.
I don't, yeah, we should actually ask the company to give us a voice.
Right. Tell us, because we don't know.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab my Arteza color chart here so I can actually give you a better knowledge of what color I'm using. Maybe not. Okay, so use elephant.
Okay.
Either, yeah, elephant or stone gray, one of those two. And shoot, sage green, but very, very lightly.
Sage. Moss.
Want me to give you a number?
Here it is. I found it. Sage green.
Okay.
Okay. And then what else?
Okay, so I've got sage green. Use elephant or something a little bit lighter. If you use elephant, use a very light touch.
Okay.
And then 2 medium browns, a reddy brown and a light darker. I'm trying to think of what colors would best fit with the... Sorry, guys. I should have picked these all out, but I figured we'd wing it today.
Right.
See where that's gotten me. Use a raw umber, a raw sienna, and caramel brown.
Okay.
Okay, where's my caramel brown? There it is, I think. Nope. I want... What number do I want? I know I have it out here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't take it out. Maybe I'm just not seeing it in my bag because I'm blind.
Maybe
No, I was looking at the wrong ones. There it is. So this is number 11 in the Castle Arts.
11.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is your caramel brown. Now, 11 for those of us using Castle Arts is this color here. All right, so the front of this is going to be touched by the sun. So we're just going to gently color in that area. Now we may not use all these colors. It all depends on how yellow orangey this looks. Because as you know, you can do a swatch chart, and the next time you go to color with your pencils, because haven't colored, you've learned to color with them. The way you hold them and everything else it changes the color density compared to your swatch sheet. So sometimes just because you're holding it differently or you're not pressing as hard as you were when you were doing your swatch sheet, that color changes. Which I know is a little weird, but it's true. She's got dull pencils.
I do. You can hear that.
I know that sound anywhere.
Yes.
All right. So I'm still going to use this color again. Just giving it. I'm just trying to decide if I should go over the entire stick with this color and use it as a base, which is what I think I'm going to do because I want different areas to be highlighted. And it's a lot easier to do that if you start with a light base and then you go over it and change things over top of that base. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So we're going to color the entire thing with this light, except for, of course, the carvings. Don't color over your carvings because those are going to be done with a gold or a silver, and you can't really put a light brown color under that
Okay.
and have it actually look like gold or silver, depending upon which color we decide to go with. And don't color over top of these. These are ribbons and bindings, and we don't want to color over top of those. Same with the snake here. That's embellishment on the carving on the stick. So just color the stick, not anything on it, basically, if that makes sense.
Yay, I can do that.
If that is specific instruction enough.
Yes.
She thought she was sucking on. Oh, Deb, no, she was sharpening a pencil.
I got out a straw. That's a good one.
Yeah, her pencil sharpener makes a sucky, sucky noise. When you get to the bottom of a milkshake noise, that's almost what it
Yeah,
is.
right. Now I want a milkshake. Oh no.
Now I want a milkshake, yeah.
Yes, I do too.
No, I can't eat. I can't have milkshakes, so
No, I can't.
my tummy doesn't like them.
No.
Although, after we got off stream last night and I made dinner, I made the guys dinner and I can't eat what they eat. So after I got everything cleaned up from what I was doing and got my picture posted and everything, I felt kind of peckish. So I thought, I bought a macaroni and cheese that I can
Is
eat.
that a different color?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. That is number 115, which is, let's see, it is this color.
Okay. 115. Okay. There we go again with the straw.
You and your straw. And I'm just doing the shadows. So I'm going over some of the dark areas where you know there's going to be a shadow. But I've thought, okay, well, I'll try this macaroni and cheese because usually with gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free stuff, it's bleh.
Yep.
And this stuff was so good.
Oh, neat.
I ate the entire pot.
Hey, found something good, huh?
You're going to take a break from shampooing your carpet? Well, that's good. Yeah, shampooing your carpet doesn't sound very fun.
Can you eat the halo top?
The what?
Halo top. It's
What?
an ice cream with
No, no, it has sugar in it.
Does it have sugar?
Yeah, it has cane juice, which is sugar.
Oh crap! Yeah.
The only one that I have found that I can eat because I can't have dairy, I can't have sugar, I can't have anything with gums in it, like xanthan gum, guar
Sure.
gum,
Yeah.
things like that. The only one that I have been able to eat is coconut bliss,
Oh, that's
and
pretty good.
they're sugar free. They're made with coconut milk and stevia, and they are really good. Are you just not allowed to have vanilla, or are you allergic to vanilla, Janice? No, shampooing the carpets is not fun at all.
No way.
When you're done with yours, you can, if you want to, just have an entire day of not so fun. You can come down to Oregon and shampoo mine. I, however, have a really, really large furry dog. So it would be really not fun. Hi, Barb.
Hi,
Thank you so
Barb.
much for joining us. Okay, so I'm just going down the edges here so that I can give the highlights the lighter color, keep it as the highlight color. So anywhere where I'm going to see a deeper shadow, I'm coloring with this darker color. And of course, you know why I missed that bird, right? Because I start on one side and I work my way over.
Right.
And usually I start in the center, but I decided that I didn't want to. I wanted to show you something different than something we've already gone over. So I ended up starting on the corner instead of.
Put you off balance, right?
Yeah,
Good me.
yeah. Ended up doing it out of sequence of what I would normally color in sequence there. No, definitely not. I'm not even close to being young enough to even consider being called that. So now, of course, this is a carving. So it has these areas here are inside. So there's a drop. So there's going to be a bit of a shadow on the edge of that drop. It's not really, really deep, but it's just enough that it's going to show that that piece is missing there, if that makes sense.
Okay.
We're going to fill it in with a bit of paint, but because it is a carving, well, we're going to fill it in with color, but it'll look like paint because it's in the carving. And that's why I'm going around those areas, because I want it to have that drop in color there.
Mm-hmm.
I am so glad that you guys are actually able to utilize my videos to help you learn different techniques. I was a little bit concerned because I'm not very good with instructions. I'm okay with showing, but I'm not really good with actually telling you what I'm doing. that that
Fine.
that I was, going to end up confusing most of you and frustrating some of you.
Nope, not at
but
all.
but I think I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would be, that's for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to suck on a straw.
That's our new code, right?
Yeah. And I'm going to switch now to 114, which is the darkest of the browns that we're going to use. And I'm just going to finish off that shadow area by making it darker and deepening the deepest part of the shadows. And then we're going to make those shadows even deeper. You're getting close to the end of your drink.
Really hitting hard today.
You're really going to need another milkshake.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. Now we're not putting a whole lot of this color down, just enough to darken those really darkened shadow areas like around the bow here. You know, areas that we know are going to be darker because of the embellishments and shadows that are already showing. Thank you so much, Madison. Now, just to throw a loop at you all, we're going to take this brown gray, which is a warm gray. I'm sorry, Deb. We'll stop saying milkshakes. Can I say hamburgers instead?
No. Now I'm hungry. I'm hungry too now.
Oh. Oh. You see, the reason why this is funny, everybody, just so y'all know, to me, it's only 11:30 in the morning. These ladies,
It's lunchtime.
it is past lunchtime, and they're here trying to color
We were starving.
without having any lunch. And you guys probably are too. So what I've done is I've taken that gray and I'm just going into that deepest part of the highlight and just bringing it out a little bit into the lighter color, especially around our embellishments here. And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to show age on the wood, because it's a polished piece of wood, of course, because it's probably been passed down for generations to generations. So these areas that are inset are going to have age around them. You know, like this area here, when we get into it with the sinew, is going to be dark compared to this area here. So what we're just trying to do is we're trying to give the look of wear because she's not going to have a brand new staff, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And then we'll take that green gray and just add to that just a little bit more. Now with your sage, that's a really dark color, so be very, very light-handed with it if you're using the sage
Okay.
green. Yes, yes. Watching hauls can definitely make you go broke. I try not to watch them. Although I have a couple that I'm going to enable y'all with next week. Just because I can. Well, as you all know, that last weekend, last Sunday was mine and my husband's 12th anniversary. And this week, my presents came in.
Oh, cool.
So I will be doing a video on all the presents
Oh.
because all the things.
Okay.
Okay, so now that we've got the shadowing on there, we're going to brighten those highlights. And the way we're going to do that, of course, is by taking our lightest color again and going over it and bringing that color up to where we want it to be. Because right now it just looks like a very pale color. And we want it to have that warm tone. So just with your shading stance on your pencil, don't do it really hard. Do it enough that it's going to put down color but not take over color, if that makes sense. Now, if you're using that sage green, of course, you can go a little bit harder because you want some of that sage green to be taken over because it is a dark color. Now, we're only going to do this in the areas that we want the highlights to show, like here and here, because we know that there's going to be light hitting those areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we hope light's going to hit those areas. Well, we actually do know that just by the way that the artist has drawn it and left no definition in those areas, which tells you that there's light hitting that area. And grayscale taught me that. And 6 billion other videos. But the more I color grayscale, the more I get better at determining where the light sources are going to be. Because usually I'm not very good with that. I'm getting better at it though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's our staff. What do y'all think? Do you think I should add a little bit more of that green, or I think I need just a touch more of that green in some of these areas. Basically, I'm just weathering it. I'm making it look old. Hopefully it's working.
Looks good to me.
And I'm not just making it look like a rotting piece of wood. Okay. Now, while we have our browns out, we're going to take, what number was that we used? We had one out already that was a terracotta color, I think. No, number 115. Do we have that one out? Yes, we do. So we're going to take number 115, which is this medium brown color, if that helps. And we're going to go into the edges and everywhere that it looks like it's dark. Of the sinew. So what sinew is, of course, is stomach lining or intestine or skin that is used as binding. So all of these little ribbon areas here, of course, that sounded really gross. I'm sorry.
I was just going, ew.
And we're just going to color all of those dark areas in. And then we're going to take the gray-green color, or your sage green, and we're going to go into the darkest areas. And just give it a little bit of that green color. Because the more you rub on a piece of leather, the more of your oils from your hands and everything else go on it, and the more that color changes. So we're going to take the warm gray and we're going to fill in these areas that are under her hand. And then we're going to go with the honey, that honey brown color. And just go over it just enough to give it a look of brown. I hope I'm still in camera for you. And take your medium brown, not your dark one, but your medium brown. And I want a little bit of this yellow, I think, to knock down some of that brown color into a honey color. Because I think I went a little bit too dark. So I'm taking the cream on the rest of the ones here because I want these ones down by her hand to be darker, but I want the ones up higher to be lighter. So I'm putting down this cream first so that it knocks down that color just a bit. And that way I don't have to find a new pencil. Now, of course, you can do that with a new pencil. If you have a sandy brown color, I just chose to do it with the cream because I already had it out. Aw, well, that's no good, Melanie. Okay, so number 10 is the color that we're going to finish this off with, which is this color. So I hope you can see that. Because I want it to be lighter than down here, because these areas here aren't being touched all the time. Where down around her hands it is. Who am I using a microphone? I actually have a headset on. So yes, I guess technically I am using a microphone attached to a headset. And you could, of course, do this as a ribbon or a different color of string. In my vision, it's just the era in my brain that she's from and the um, types of things that this picture depicts to me is it would be a leather wrap. Now I'm coloring this in because I am going to use gold over top of it, and I know the gold in my set is a very brown gold, not a golden gold. So if your gold is either a very brown or a very green gold, you're using Arteza, Deb, so I would take your green gold and go down that snake with it.
Right.
Because I know your gold is a very dark browny gold. Same with up here. If your gold is a very yellow gold, leave that alone. But if your gold is a very dark browny gold, color that in with a bit of the yellowy brown with a tan color just to give it that yellow color to it. Or, you could use gel pen, I guess. But, okay, so we've added the tan color to those pieces of leather. So we're just going to give it some definition. Now, I have watched a couple of different ladies do how to color gold from individual pencils. I have I have yet to be able to do that beyond using my sharper Fabens.
That's hard.
So, that's the only set of pencils that I have actually been able to get that effect from, because the pencils that she uses are the sharper Fabens, and I'm able to find the exact colors. And I don't like Prismas very much, and the sharper Fabens, the reason why I had to figure that out is because I was coloring something before I actually had lots of colored pencils, and the sharper Fabens did not have gold, which was a little bit frustrating when you're trying to color something that is metallic. So I found a YouTube video like we all do.
Right.
Yes, exactly, Mousy. That is why glitter gel pens were invented. And like I said, we can always use a gel pen, but I'm trying to stick to one medium at a time here. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of this sage green color, and I'm just doing the very, very edges of the leather strapping. Just the areas that are going to have a little bit of weathering to them, whether it be from rain or from being outside, because those areas are going to be creased, so they're not going to get as much sunlight, that sort of thing. And of course, these strings going down to the beads. For the thinner strings, I just colored them with that green gold or green gray. For these thicker strings that are very positively leather, use your leather colors. And of course, it's going to be a little bit difficult because they are quite thin to get multiple layers on there. So if you can't do it, don't worry about it. Just color it one color, nobody's going to notice. Okay, so there is our spirit stick so far. And I am going to grab, I could have swore I had a gold in here. Maybe I don't have gold in this set either. Maybe I'm going to have to figure this stuff out. Nope, there it is.
Oh boy.
Made you look, made you look. I knew there was one in here. Now this is a greeny gold. So hopefully adding that yellow underneath it will make it look more gold color. Now, of course, with metallic type pencils, you got to press a little bit harder because I don't know what it is with metallic pencils, if it's a little bit extra malachite in the pigment, which is what the gold color is. I think it's how you say it. I'm probably saying it wrong. My husband will come out and go, nope, you're saying that wrong. But there's a powder that they put in the pigment to make it metallic looking.
Metallics aren't normal. No, they're not normal, dear.
No, they're not. I have actually found in my Holbein set that the metallics are almost smooth, which kind of shocked me when I was doing the swatching, because I saw a metallic pencil, and the first thing you do with a metallic pencil is choke up on it and
Right.
try not to break it. But that, and I'm going to do these two little beads down here in that metallic color. Now, if you have a brown metallic, they're usually quite dark and look quite dark brown, so it's best if you put a yellow down under it. This one is a green gold, so it's not so bad. For your Arteza people out there that are using Artezas, you can just use your green gold. It's not going to have that metallic shine to it, but it will give you the same color. Yeah, absolutely. It's if you watch the videos afterwards, please do let the commercials play. If you find things in the commercials you enjoy, make sure that you hit the links on them. The commercials aren't anything that we have control over. They are done by Amazon, and it does help us out a little bit with our monetization. So it does help us out with a small little bit of pennies here and there. so that we can, of course, bring you new content and new prizes. Everything helps, just like the bot that's going through and letting you all know how you can donate. All of those pennies all go together and give us a more ability of what we can do with the channel. Now I've left that little hourglass, and I'm just going to color that in with a bit of blue. Okay, now I just got to figure out the rest of the colors for the other ornamentation, and I have to find my silver. I know I have one. I know I do. I know I do. Maybe not.
Oh.
That's fine. I'll just use it out of a different set. That's the great thing about having lots and lots of different pencils. I'm using a Blick Studio Silver because I don't have a metallic silver in the Castle Arts that I could find. And I know possibly the new Castle Arts have a metallic set. However, I do not have the new Castle Arts. I have the old ones. And no, I don't want to buy another set of Castle Arts just to get the metallics that I have in 6 billion other sets. I love these Blick Studio pencils, so they are so nice. All right. And now that I have all the colors, I feel much better about it.
Yeah.
I'm terrible, aren't I?
No.
Oh, I have full set syndrome so bad. Okay, so on the staff, there's a bunch of ornamentation and then some berries. So we're going to color the berries a nice red color with a bit of magenta for shadowing. Now this is as red as you can get, so whatever red you have that is red, use it. Because this one is number 22, which is the basic red. And this one is number 86. Which is this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to sharpen these pencils because I need to. And I want a nice sharp point because those are very small. So make sure you have a really sharp point so that you can get into the cracks and crevices. And you don't end up with color all over the place. And that's another thing that makes me prefer. Yes, Blicks are wonderful, Patty. But being able to color really small things like this is another one of those preference things of why I prefer pencils. Because yes, you could color this picture very quickly just using markers. However, to get into these little tiny details, you got to use a fine liner. And if you're not proficient with a fine liner and you're trying to use your big clunky marker on those,
Yep.
you're just going to end up with a couple of little red dots. And of course, because the artist has put quite a bit of definition in these areas so that you don't have to use multiple colors. I still do because I don't want the black to show. I want it to show as a red. So I go over the black areas with this dark magenta color. And then I go over the berry itself with that the lighter red color so that they still look like berries, but I'm not having just to do dot, 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 and it's done.
Yeah.
Which is fine, absolutely. And there are some pictures I do that with, because they have 6 billion of them. And doing dot, dot, dot on a ton of them that already have the markings in it is definitely preferable. However, this is a little tiny batch of berries, so we don't need to do that. Now we're going to do our little tiny batch of leaves for the berries. We're going to use a darker green, so a leaf green and a softer green. These are number 60 and number 59 in our Castle Arts. I've got my pencil crown or my pencil sharpener on top of my, so these two here. So this is our darker one. It's going to go up the center of the leaves. This is our lighter one. It's going to be the leaf color. And I know they're very close together, but there's a black on the leaf already, which will make that darker color darker. And that's why I didn't choose a darker green, because I didn't want it to be a black leaf because they're very small.
Okay.
And then just go around it. And it shouldn't take too much. It's just boom, boom, it's done. Because there's only 2 little leaves there. Okay. So we have been at this for 2 hours. So I am going to call it a day. I thank every one of you so much for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed this and actually been able to use some of my techniques in your own coloring. I will finish this throughout the week and we'll post it on our Facebook page. And of course, if you're not a member of our Facebook group, you can join us there at the Cozy Coloring Corner at Coloritaville in Facebook. Of course, fill out the application form in full and we will get you in there as quickly as possible. We have a contest going on right now that has 4 more days to it. So this might be something you want to do right away if you are already in the group. We are running a contest with 2 different prizes, 2 different types of coloring that you can do, either marker or pencil. And it's a fall theme, so anything fall themed. It doesn't matter what colors you use as long as the picture itself is fall themed. Get those in, one with pencils, colored pencils, one with markers, and those will be judged in 4 days. There'll be a prize for pencils and a prize for markers. So, and of course, everybody can join and enter, but if you do win one, you cannot win the other. Thank you so much for being here with us. Of course, ring the bell, like our stream. All the likes, just give that that like button a good smash, because those likes do keep us on top. And with that, I thank you all for joining us. Deb, is there anything you want to add?
No, thanks for being here. It was fun.
And one more plug for this wonderful artist. This is Fabrica Fantasy, the Ancient Sagas book. And as I was saying at the start of the stream, she has a fantastic promotion going on right now for her 3rd anniversary. If you purchase this book or her other new book, which is The 4 Magics, if she gets up to 200 sales on those 2 books, between the 2 of them, she is giving everybody that purchases one of these books all of her books. So that's 11 books just for purchasing one and trying to get up to that 200 mark. So that's an absolutely fantastic thing. And if you do purchase one, you'll also get a surprise email from her letting you know that you get to choose another book. So in actuality, you're getting 2 books for the price of 1. So go to the link, go to the review videos that I've done, take a look at her books, and buy, because
Yeah.
I love her books and I really would like to have all of them.
Yeah.
So again, thanks a lot. Continue coloring, relax, and always stay safe. Bye-bye until next week.
Bye-bye.